Hello, Internet friends. Today we are going to look at 8DO's Hybrid Tools 3. I am a lover of 8DO, as you can see by my lovely 8DO folder in Quick Load here. I've got a number of their things, but I may be critical of this one because I never use it. Now, I may also find a bunch of stuff I want to use. It's got a main folder, which I won't start with. I'm going to start with these individual curated folders and go through them from top to bottom as quickly as I possibly can, which in my experience is pretty slow. What's a boom sound like? So these are supposed to be booms. I didn't get what I expected from booms here. I wouldn't call these all booms. Some of them are a little too... I mean, that's a little more than a boom to me. But if I didn't think of this folder as a booms folder, I might like it more. If I could rename the folder, maybe I'd... It's kind of like shrieks and sound designs and synths and bangs. I don't know. Hope you can hear me over all of this. I also just find it hard to imagine when I'm going to use each of these. How am I going to remember? You kind of have to go through every single... It's a little bit of a chore to use. I have to... If I could catalog them a little better. Some of them are sort of bangs, like big soft bangs. They're all really reverby. Some of them end suddenly. Like, they just sort of... It's fine. But I mean, they're just... It's just a kind of a collection of gunshot plus... I mean, what is that? It's... I don't know. It's just a lot of kind of random stuff. Let's see. Drastic lines. I'm pretty sure that says drastic lines. Let's see here. 8DO. Hybrid. Individual. Let's just look at... Oh my gosh. Okay. Drastic lines. Drones. Epic bends. Time machine direct from disk, boom kit. That's probably what I was thinking of when I saw booms. Levitation, lights, pulses, slow fast, direct from disk, and beat matched. This is interesting. This says time machine and this says beat matched, which I think is going to be the same. Oh, beat. I guess there's time machine and beat machine. Maybe they're two different time stretching algorithms within Contact. Markers. Okay, I've used that. Risers. I've tried to use that. Signatures. Taikos. Oh, maybe I should use the taikos more. Tonal unison whooshes. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. This is drastic lines. Yeah, I'm not going to remember that this key triggers that sample. That's actually cool. I could use this in some of the stuff I'm doing now. Now, the other thing about these is you have to figure out what pitch they are. So I just hit an A, but... You know, I mean, who knows what note that is? If I wanted to work that into my piece, and I want a piano, let's see. Let's use a beer bottle. Maybe not. Let's use, there's got a piano in here somewhere. Epic piano pads. Oh, Lord. Just find something that'll play a pitch for me. A glockenspiel will be fine. So, there's a C. Now make that a C. I mean, it's a little flat for a C maybe, or the fill is sharp, but it's going to take me all this time to go through each of these, find one that I like, and then so that's a sharp C, I guess. So, I mean, half of it's the fact that they're kind of all designed, and the other half... I mean, these are awesome. They're really cool sounding, but they're just not fun to put into your project because I have to think a lot. That sounds terrible to say, like I don't want to think, but I have to sit there and find a sound that's going to sort of match the composition, and then figure out which pitch I need it to be. Then transpose, figure out if there's effects on it. There's no effects on this. There's no reverb or delay or anything. It's just designed this way. So I have to think about whether or not I want to, you know, I don't know. And then sometimes I hit chaos and literally it stops working. Why did it stop working? Is it because I had a reverse on? I didn't hold it down long enough? Yeah. Okay, I don't know why it got louder all of a sudden. What does the mod wheel do? Oh, let's unreverse it. I don't know. So it goes on like this, where all of these seem like they're going to be cool. Now, who thinks of this as a drone? This is a noise. Ooh, this is like a... I mean, it's a droning texture, but it's kind of more for sound designers, not composers, which is... maybe that's what it's for. These are drones in a... There's a musical drone. I would expect a drone to be a note. So some of it's the naming, maybe. Kind of a bowed metal, scraped metal sound. But a lot of these are just sort of... I should just retitle all of these and just call them what I want. And how are they built? Is there a... did they make a way to spread this across the keyboard? Not in this one. Like, if I liked one of these, I'd want to just spread it across the keyboard. Remember that button that they have in some of the others where you click a button and then it takes that sample and it will spread it across the, you know, the mapping edit. Oh, that's interesting. What's going on down there? Group editor, edit all groups, select groups only, and select zone by MIDI. Why can't I see it? Let's look at the list. Where am I? There we go. There's something. Yeah. This is called Hybrid Tools V3 Flower. Flowers 38. I mean, I don't know. So I guess these are drones. They're just kind of noises. So yeah. I mean, I could see myself using them. I just kind of have to remember that they exist in my palette. I guess I have to commit it to memory that I have some of these. Epic Bends. Okay. Speed. Alrighty then. Yeah, I'm probably never going to use those. I can better transpose down 10 semitones. Okay, next. Epic bends. These are like not... These are like... Those were direct from Epic Booms. Epic Boom Kit. Like, why is this part of an Epic Boom Kit? What is that? Splash symbol and a... And then you get this kind of distortion thing going on. I mean, there's so much low end that you've got kind of a distortion thing happening here. What would be a good meter? Eosis probably could show us what I'm hearing. Where was it? This. I mean, it's just kind of a ugly sound for a mix. I mean, it just seems like something that would clutter my mix up. It would sound great if I, only used the top part of it and found something or like found a frequency to kind of emphasize. So yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I would use that for. Levitation. So here we get into a whole different category. These are kind of bespoke gestures. Again, I'm never going to remember that these samples exist here. Every time I come back, I have to play every single note to try to find something that I want, unless I take the time to recategorize every single one of these and rename them. I mean, what about this is levitation? So I would need to make all of these my own in some way. They just kind of go on and on like this. It's just endless, anonymous sound designs. So it's just not very flexible. It's just a lot of samples with a nice GUI. I'll almost like it better if it was, the default contact instrument. If it just looked like this. This was all I saw. Was this thing. And I was playing these keys and I was just like, What's that one? you know, and I just felt like I could go in and do something with each of them. Like, let's see what it sounds like with a like a format. I mean, that now all of a sudden it's kind of useful. So there's a ton of these levitation things, just for the sake of completeness. They are grouped a little bit. I mean, I need to have my own catalog of all of these. Like, this is, I guess, levitation. Maybe the theme here is like the supernatural. Like rotting corpses kind of hovering, Ghostbusters style. I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff that if I was doing horror, I guess I would be more interested in this group. Okay, so lights. Yep, this is another one that I haven't used really. I mean, Stranger Things sort of comes to mind, but these have delays in them. So I would have to tempo sync that to my song, unless it is tempo synced. Let's see if it is. Nope, I don't hear any difference. What the? I mean, it's like warbly thunder. I mean, I can imagine it being used, and someone else has already used this to great effect. What's with a stereo warble? If you're listening on headphones, it's like a strong stereo warble in the hundreds of hertz. Panning. Strong stereo effects. I mean, they're heavily designed, but I'd rather have a design kit, like a way to mess with these elements rather than all of these designed, because they're just not designed in a way that's useful for my creative processes. Oh yeah, pulses. Now, and they're also too designed, I think. Each of these could be its own construction kit. Because you could do a noise layer, a couple bass layers, kind of almost a percussion-y. I could probably use these in a couple things if I remembered that they were here. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they've been a little over-processed, potentially. But they probably would fit in a mix quite well. With a little help. I wouldn't use them exactly the way they are. That's it? Oh, no. Okay, hold it down and it'll... That's nice. I like them when they're a little bit more minimal like that. That's pretty cool. Wait, did it change notes on you? Oh, it changed notes. God. It's a whole sequence. Not sure how I feel about that. Each one of these, I'd like to be able to break it out and at least play an octave of them, of my own pitches. Not that you can't just do this, but you'd have to... It doesn't quite sound right. I could use some of these. So pulses, 70 BPM. Now we're back into the kind of horror. These kind of are more scary to me. Kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, I could see that getting used. Sorry, I didn't go through the last one. 87. Yeah, I mean, okay. So the pulses are not musical pulses, except for that one group. This second group of pulses is like synths. This is the one that I would use the most. The beats and rhythms I'd have to think about. Really cool distant effect down here in the headphones I'm hearing. The way there's a lot of depth, so it's going deep into space. Kind of industrial. Yeah, these are all kind of industrial. And space. Now that could be a lot of things. Military, kind of. War. Submarine. Ooh, clicky clacks. But see how random it is? I mean, there's nothing indicating what you're going to get, which I don't like. I like having better categories. I mean, just calling these pulses. Again, you have to look at every single one. Spend all. I think Trolls' idea is that you're going to find one and get inspired and write a piece out of it. But I'm usually writing to references. I'm not just writing to be creative. I've got a specific goal and be able to pull up the tools that are going to get me to the goal. So I need to know what the tool is going to give me. You know, for each one of these, I want to be able to pick my own arpeggio. I want it to be less designed and more designable in most cases. Automate the amount of distortion that's on here, although they might not have done it with contact tools, of course. Have they come out with the hybrid tools 4 yet? Oh. Shickies. I like these. I could probably use these. Be exciting, actually. I think this is what I just had done, but these are like the beat matched ones or something. These are almost EDM inspired, kind of. Could go with some modern Blade Runner almost types of things. Like, this is a couple layers. You could do the noise layer separately from the synth layer. Give us that separately. Okay, markers. This is the one that I use all the time. I use this one over and over. I've used it in hip hop and trap, and I use it as a transition sound. I think that one too. I bought this entire tool and I use like these two samples. And kind of a voice sound in there. It might just be a scream. These would be other good ones for, what was I trying to do? Insert effects, replace distortion with a filter that is formant vowel A, for instance. Maybe pick a different vowel. Oops, filters, effect, vowel B. What's this one? I don't know. So what's after markers? Risers. Now, again, I wanted to love these. I wanted to use them, but they don't... There's not a speed control. You have to just play it, save it as a wave, slide it around. And I've just got kind of better tools for risers from other things. If you need some of these risers and you don't have them, and you don't know how to make them, I mean, it's nice to have them. They're good risers. But nah, it'd probably be better with something with transcade like that. Signatures. Again, I consider these good sound design. I wouldn't think of them as all as signatures. That's a signature. This is not really a signature to me. I mean, you might as well just call it a paranormal, you know, group these things as paranormal, and if someone, you know, that's more for one set of uses, some sort of epic aggressive military, I don't know, something alien. I mean, these are signatures, but again, you have to find they're growing on me. That's cool. But if I wanted to use it, I'd have to time stretch it. All right, what else have we got? Oh, taikos. I kind of remember why I didn't use these. Kind of sounds like someone put a piece of crumpled up paper on every drum, but it might work good in the. It might work well in the mix. They sound nice and crunchy, and with certain types of compression. They could get punchy in a particular way that could work really well. I can imagine them getting used. They sound a little unnatural, despite the name natural. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even calling them taikos. I mean, might as well just call them bangs or something. I can barely hear the taiko in it. It's interesting that it opened up into the second one, to the piano. Finally, a patch where it changes pitch. So it kind of sounds like a prepared piano. Like something rattling on the strings, stuck between the strings. Pretty cool. Okay, and bass. What is this? I can hear a Stranger Things cue. Blade Runner type of thing. THX theme. Wow, it's getting bigger and bigger. I love ATO, but I just can't use all this stuff all the time. Yeah, I mean, okay, so major sound design, and that's it. So I'm glad I got this. It's just not as useful as I'd hoped it would be. Maybe you'll get more use out of it. Maybe you've gotten a ton of use out of it. It's on sale again. It'll go on sale again. And yeah, mixed reviews for me, but that doesn't mean it's not someone else's cup of tea. Have a good day.